Okay, TIs and everybody else. So it is September 3rd, 2023. It is Sunday. Got a couple things here I want to talk about. I got a couple things I want to talk about here. One of them is what I believe about the program. I've been in this program a long time, so one of the things I want to talk about is how we get into the program. Now, of course, they're adding new families to this program all the time. So, they've added a lot in the last 10 years, a lot of families. But for me, this is what I've come to the conclusion about. Looking back on the stuff that happened over all the years. So my mom was an original MK Ultra person, and I don't know how far back this program goes in my family. I believe it goes way back. Now, what I believe is once your mother or whoever it is in your family that is in this program, the targeted individual program, once they get sick or they get like in hospice or they pass away, then they put the next family member in line, which is a child. If you have more than one child, it could be one of your children. If you don't have any children, then it could be a sibling. Then they put the next person of your family member in this program. And what they do is they set you up to be involved in some kind of court case. It has something to do with the court system and the insurance system. That's what I've come to figure out. Like something to do with the insurance and the court. Something to do with the corporations. It's something to do with that, because what they do is they'll set you up to either go to jail or have something on your record or be involved in the legal system somehow or in the insurance system. If you're like a type of person that like they want to make a big deal because I joined a lawsuit, but they set me up to do all that. I joined a lawsuit because I was involved in a physical abuse case. I didn't create the lawsuit, I joined it. But they set you up somehow to be involved in like some kind of custody, a terrible custody case, which involves being, in the court process, in the legal system. They set you up to be arrested somehow. If you are a type of person that's not going to do any of that they can't do that to, they can do that to most people, but if you're a type of person somehow that they can't do that to, then they will create some kind of incident to where you have to file a claim against your homeowner's insurance or file a claim against your car insurance for a vehicle wreck or something. They get you in the system somehow, whether it's insurance, filing a claim on your house, your car, or the legal system. You got to be in the system somehow. They get you in there somehow. And then once you're in there, then it's open season for you. So that's how it's done. It's open season for you. And then once you're in there, then it's open season. So for a longest time, and I still feel this because I can't help it, because that's what they want you to feel, is that they want you to feel that you've done something wrong to get in this program. They want you to feel that way, like they want you to feel like you've done something very wrong to get in this program, when all along they set you up. Just like I told you about, and I keep mentioning every video that I've told you about, like how they stole my patio set and then put it on the rental house next door right by the front gate where I could see it when I walk out of my house. And you know that if I would have went over there on that property, they already had hidden cameras. They set all my patio furniture right by their front gate. There was nobody in the house at the time because it was vacant in between rental people. They were cleaning it. It was vacant. So I stole it out of my backyard, set it by the gate, the next door neighbor's gate, the rental house. So I would go onto the property because I knew it was my patio furniture. And I would retrieve it, and then I would be arrested and thrown in jail because it would be my word against theirs. And that's the kind of setups they do, except for they do it on a larger scale. And they want you to make you think you did something wrong all along. Like they have to do something to you, especially if you're a good person. They have to do something to you to make you feel like you did something wrong. Be it you filed a lawsuit, or you joined a lawsuit, or you were involved in some kind of internet, not internet, but some kind of insurance. I'm sorry, my cat's like acting up. He always does this, and so did my other cat whenever I got on here. You know, they have a way to control the animals. So anyways, that's why I'm a little distracted, because he's acting up. Anyways, so that's how they get you in the program. And no matter what, I'm always going to go back to that lawsuit because those people do not like me, and they didn't like me before I filed the lawsuit. That doctor did not like me before I filed the lawsuit. I don't know, it was the jealousy, why they pick us. I don't think it was picking. I think that I noticed that looking back, when my mom got sick, she had Alzheimer's and some other things going on, and she was gone way before she ever passed away, which always happens with Alzheimer's. They're already gone mentally way before they pass away. I noticed when my mom got sick with it and started to deteriorate, that's when things started happening to me. And that was before the lawsuit, way before the lawsuit. So I noticed, now that I look back, some guy was giving me his card every so many months, the same guy. And when I look back at that, I was already in the program before the lawsuit, way before the lawsuit. So it's generational for a lot of people. Now, there are a lot of new people in the last 10 years being added to this program. They've added a lot of people, and that's going to be generational for you. So when you get sick and you are no longer coherent, or you go to hospice, or you pass away, then they will add your children or a sibling or your closest family member. They will add one of your children. That's what happens in this program, and it just keeps carrying on and on and on. So that's my take on it. That's what I've learned about it. And I keep going back to the lawsuit because these people hated me before that lawsuit ever came about. So I'll keep talking about that because they hated me long before this lawsuit ever came about. I don't know if it was jealousy or what it was, but it was something. I think that, I think they want you to think that. They want you to believe that. But in reality, when you, take away all that, when you take away all that, you've been in the program since you were born. But they don't want you to know that. They don't want you to know that you were in the program before you were born. They don't want you to know any of that. You know how they lie and be deceitful with everything they do and make you think, like some TIs, they make them think it's demons and all this and crap, that it's just crap. Well, they make us think things too that are not true. This is a very heinous, evil program, and I was in it way before that lawsuit. So, I'm just throwing that out there. Also, too, I want to read a little something to you. This is from the book here. I'm going to put you over here for a minute so I can get it pulled up. So this is from the book, The Hidden Evil, and I'm going to read a little bit from this. It says... And I'm just going to read the conclusion. You can read the book. It was really good. I think it was really good. It was written, I think, years ago, but here you go. It says, plainclothes citizens are now following and harassing people worldwide. It says, the nature of the gang stalking and electronic attacks are consistent globally. These groups have the complete support of local, state, and federal governments. Similar networks have existed in German and Russian dictatorships. After a person has been singled out, these citizens are released on them like a pack of dogs. They are pawns of the ones who are enslaving them. The citizens are supported by the intelligence division, which provides ammunition for public harassment by the way of surveillance. Targeted people are attacked with silence through the wall directed energy weapons and other types of advanced technology. Establishment controlled organizations provide cover for the hidden evil. The program of prosecution is not carried out by the government, who you learned about in your history books. Currently, supra-governmental think tanks, which are interlocked with Wall Street and the tax-exempt foundations, control America and other NATO nations. These groups are composed of the multinational corporations, royalty, international banks, and people of tremendous wealth. This interlock has been called the invisible government. It is satanic, psychopathic organization. They control the mass media, which is their primary distribution center for lies and propaganda. Political and industry, academic, and finance are also under the control. The president is their puppet. They create policy by circumventing Congress and the voting public, which is filtered down into federal, state, and local governments. It is enacted without public knowledge or approval. Influenced by convincing propaganda, there are people who carry out their policies with the best intentions. In all likelihood, the hidden evil is their creation. They have funded dictatorships, instigated wars for profit, and have a rewritten history. Millions have been murdered by them. Now they are using citizens and direct energy weapons to attack their individual enemies in your cities and towns. The darkest period in history may be yet to come. Like all large-scale destructive processes, at some point it will be known. I truly believe that. Like at some point, as we evolve as humans, species, our minds evolve. Everything's evolving all the time. Just like animals, when they're put in a different environment, eventually, physically, they will start evolving to that environment. Their bodies will evolve. And they might get an extra fin if they're a fish, so they can swim in a certain type of water. They might grow an extra whatever. Well, humans do that too. And we're always evolving. So do animals. Just like if you notice your cats, and your dogs are all getting smarter. Back in the day, like I remember when I first got my first cat when it was younger, it wasn't very smart. But now all the cats that are being born nowadays are like 10 times smarter than what they used to be. Like they're 10 times smarter. I can talk to my cat and he can understand a lot of the words that I say. Just like if you get dogs, those buttons that have like different words on them, they can learn them and they all press them. These animals are 10 times smarter. Well, humans evolve too all the time. They evolve constantly all the time. So as we're evolving, so is our intelligence and our technology. And the same technology that these evil people are using for this program is going to be the same technology that's going to save us. I hate saying that, but it's true. We're going to be able to know who's doing this to us through technology one day. I might not see it in my lifetime, but they won't be able to hide either, because the technology not only could be used against us, we can be using it against them. Because eventually the technology will evolve to where we can and we will have it and be able to use it against them too. So, for instance, like we'll be able to see who's coming into our house. They won't, like, there's always a way around everything, but eventually we'll be able to know who it is by their DNA. They won't be able to hide anymore from us. All right. That's my 2 for 1 today. I hope everybody's doing okay. And peace to all and love to all TIs.